Balotelli, Aguero!
Hello, welcome to MCFC 9320 Group TV. Well, a bad day at the office is a bad day at the office, and we certainly had one of them today. I don't mind players, being out of form, they can't help it, but for so many to have been out of form on the same day against them lot, it's just disappointing. But the positives are, I've dusted myself down, I'm ramp free now, and we're one game closer to winning the Premier League, barring an absolute disaster. Just after the match, I caught with John and I caught with Aleks as well. This is what they had to say. I don't know if you agree with them, but here's what they had to say anyway. Hello and welcome to not a very good day at the office for City. Tonight we've got John and Aleks. Hello guys.
Hello, man.
Hello.
Thoughts on that pile of rubbish tonight?
John, go on.
Where do you start?
Where do I start?
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll start you off. Kevin De Bruyne.
No, I'm not going to start with Kevin. I'm going to start with Pep.
Okay.
And the way he overthinks things too much at times. He expected United just to park the bus and hit us on the break. I was surprised they didn't play Kyle Walker from the start because of Kyle Walker's speed. And there was just no pace in the game whatsoever. I think he expected it to be a really slow game, but United came straight out of the blocks at us. And I think that actually set him back a bit.
Was it a penalty?
Yes, it was a penalty.
Yeah, it was. I
I must
so.
have my blue tinted glasses on. I thought it was a little bit harsh. I will say though, Manchester United fan from Altrincham, Mr. Referee Anthony Taylor, and God knows how many derbies he referees. I'm not saying we was rubbish today. Don't get me wrong, we was absolutely rubbish. Yeah. But why does that referee keep refereeing City and in particular derby matches?
Because he supports Altrincham, apparently.
Right. We know that's not right.
No, we know that, but that's what he's down on his actual bio, that he supports Altrincham. All of his family support Man United, but he supports Altrincham, apparently. But like I said today, we can't blame him today. The penalty was a penalty. Jesus should not have been where he was at that time. He should have been further up the pitch. And if he'd left it to the other ones, it wouldn't have happened.
No, because you just felt like Diaz was just going to, and Stones were just going to
take the ball off him.
That really rocked us out. And again, we got beat fair and square. The winning runs come to an end, but it's the way, it's the whole performance. Yep. Do you think Pep got it wrong with his starting lineup?
Yes.
I'm not too sure.
I think Bernardo should have started because his work rate just runs teams ragged. And that's what we missed from that first half, was so slow. It's only sped up when United got the ball and they ran at us. That's the only time it went quicker.
Are you a believer in, like, for instance, Aguero? He's got 8 derby goals in the league against United. Do you, like, Foden always plays well. Sterling always plays rubbish against United. Do you think that could play in the mind of, say, a manager? Do you think, hang on, he plays good him, so I'm going to play him? Because it's a crying shame yet again. Aguero sat in the stand.
If Aguero would have been on the pitch,
we'd have won today.
Well, we might have drawn, but them chances. How many chances did Sterling have?
The one what he missed from about a yard out.
He had 3 glorious chances that he should have put away.
Yep.
And Aguero would have put them away.
Yeah, the typical, as I always say, the fox in the box. Aleks, what was most, obviously the defeat, what was the most frustrating thing for you today?
Gabriel Jesus and Kevin De Bruyne. Those two Those two guys had shocking performances. I think Jesus really is frustrating at times. Sometimes he doesn't look like a first team player. I think the penalty was an extremely stupid mistake from him, and that was probably a psychological issue for the whole team, because we just couldn't score anything. We had great chances, but we were just awful at finishing them. De Bruyne, as I said, not good enough. It's really hard to pick any good performances. I'm not too sure about the lineup. I think the lineup was fine, but there was something about our team. They just didn't turn up, and according to some stats, Pep is really not good at beating United at home,
and
which is a worry.
Alex, that goes to my point though about certain players have outstanding games against certain clubs, like Aguero. He always scored. So surely Aguero should have come on at some point today. And when you see the cameras pan into the stand and you see him sat there twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah. That was
for me. That's the end of Aguero. He won't be offered a new contract. His body language is saying that, and for Pep not to use him, I think that is sadly that's the end for Aguero. I would not want his career at City to fizzle out like this, because it is.
I was really annoyed with that. The camera just showed him sitting there doing nothing. He should have been there. I mean, Jesus was not good enough. Foden should have been there, and probably Bernardo. But the team as a whole, nobody turned up.
And the game, they should have turned up. I'm not as frustrated and annoyed on losing a derby tonight. I'm more concerned about the performance, because as you can see, with Liverpool, they've lost 6 at home, 6 at home on the bounce. If you get into a bad rut, it's hard to get out. And it's the performance for me what's actually the most annoying today, because I think that could have been prevented. And I'm not having...
I think with this fantastic form, I think it's really worrying if you can't score a goal at home. I mean, that's just not typical, We're having a totally different season. We just couldn't score a goal.
No, we couldn't score a goal, but that's because Sterling couldn't score a goal. Anybody else in that position would have scored.
Aguero would have had a hat-trick today with them chances.
Yeah, we had more than enough chances to win the game.
Yep.
But our goal scoring has just totally dropped off.
Because there was just no pace there today. Considering we've got Zinchenko who's quick, Cancelo who's quick. We've got these players what are quick, but they just wasn't at the rate. It's very rare you get a full team having a bad day on the same game. One or two you can carry.
One thing I noticed, which didn't bear well for me, was when Luke Shaw was running down that wing and Kevin De Bruyne was chasing him and Luke Shaw's pulling away from it. Kevin De Bruyne's normally quick.
And I'm not having... He's not fully match fit, because if he's not fully match fit, you put...
He shouldn't be playing.
Yeah. So it sounds like we're having a go at Pep here, but, Pep won't swap him for the world.
No.
But, we can discuss, when he does get things wrong, because if an excuse, and it would be an excuse, like, he's not fully fit, well, why are you not starting Aguero? Why are you not giving Aguero minutes? It's the same principle.
Yeah. But when you look at the game going on, it's like, I can't understand why he has to wait until that certain time to make a change. We saw at half time it wasn't working. So why not change it then?
I'd have changed it after 20 minutes.
Yeah, but after 20 minutes, then you're blaming that player.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I think at halftime was a perfect chance to switch things a bit.
Yeah,
I think whoever you substitute, the player will deem it as they're blaming me. If you're having a bad game, yourself you're having a bad game. So if you get substituted, you just go, don't blame me subbing me because I'm having an absolute shocker. Like but today, it couldn't pass 2 yards, and that's very, very concerning.
Yeah, but if he'd have done it at half time, then he could have explained to the player at half time, I'm subbing you, this is why. And it wouldn't have had to come out for the second half. It could have just done a sub straight there and then, and the player, saves face.
It just shows you how far we've come over recent months, that we're annoyed, frustrated of one game, because the previous games, we've gone from 11 points behind the leaders to, we're 11 points ahead now. We was 14 going into the game, so we're almost nitpicking now. And are we being a little bit unfair, or don't know?
No, I'm not really stressing, because we're probably going to win the league. So this game, in the bigger scheme of things, doesn't mean a lot. But losing at home to United is a big factor, if you ask me. And also seeing the whole team struggling, especially Kevin De Bruyne, that's a worry.
He's not been fully at it, Kev, has he, since he came back? So me and John was talking about just before you came on, Alex. In a way, De Bruyne was actually lucky that the Gundogan got an injury and missed the game, because would De Bruyne have come back at the expense of somebody else? I don't think he would have done. I think he'd have had to have waited for his time. So I would go at what I would do if I was Pep. Obviously, he knows more than me because he's a genius sometimes. Is
most of the time. Yeah,
I would give De Bruyne a rest. I'd even rest Sterling. I think Sterling needs another rest.
Yeah.
And our next match against Southampton, is it, in midweek?
Yeah.
Yep. Wednesday.
I'd be starting Foden on the left, and I'd be doing the midfield as we was while De Bruyne was out, because that's when
Foden's not played for 3 games. Why not?
And he actually brought something when he came on today.
Yeah, we saw the difference when he came on. And he seemed to speed everything up. Kyle Walker. There's lots of things that I would have picked a different team to start with.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I agree with you, because it just didn't make sense today. I thought it would have been won or lost in midfield. I didn't think for a minute, for the second goal, a fullback that got the speed of a tugboat, runs from his own half, does it effectively a 1-2, and scores a tapping really. Nobody challenging, and that's concerning. And Rodri as well, he wasn't at it today. Yeah, he hit the crossbar, but
a lot of the team wasn't at it today. But one thing I did notice, that with Walker not starting, and Cancelo starting, that Cancelo wasn't allowed to do his usual role of roaming around. And he seemed to be out of the game totally.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
But if it had started Walker, then Cancelo would have been on the left-hand side, where Zinchenko was, and he could have done his roaming.
It's, players who were bang out of form like Anthony Martial and stuff like that. It was like he was a £200 million player today.
Yeah.
And we let him be that. We let him be that the way we just gave him the freedom of the pitch. And it was very unlike City today, because even when we lost the ball, we couldn't win it back.
We looked beaten before we even got the pitch. And I think a lot of that is because the players in their heads thinking it's Anthony Taylor.
Yeah, but I do use the referee as that, but he wasn't kicking the ball. There was certain things today where I thought we should have had free kicks and stuff like that, and he just waved it on. And there was one point in the second half where a United player got fouled just after the halfway line, and it was about 30 seconds. He waved play on, and there was another foul about 30 seconds later, and he brought it back to where it originally was. No, the second one was when a City player won it off a United player, and he gave him the free kick from about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Straight after Henderson got booked for time wasting, he carried on time wasting.
Well, that happens with every keeper, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I don't even know why they bother booking keepers, because it don't make any difference to them.
So really, it was a bad old day at the office. I think it's just important that we do bounce back. But
we will.
We've had a kick up the Jacksy today.
Yeah.
Against a team we really, really didn't want to get beat by.
That's the worst thing about it.
But at least we've been beat. Trying to take a positive. We've been beat by somebody we don't want to, and Pep doesn't want to. So that should give them a real kick up the Jacksy to not drop any more clangers like that. Players can't help being out of form. They can't help being out of form.
I spoke to a United fan earlier after the game, and I said to him, because they got West Ham next, haven't they? And I said, do you realise you're going to lose against West Ham next? He said, yeah, we will.
Yeah.
He said, but we beat you. That's the main thing.
That's the City mentality from years ago.
Yeah, it is. That is our mentality from years ago.
And it just shows you. So let's bring some perspective into it now. We 11 points clear. 10 games to go. It'd be an almighty cock up if we lost the league now, wouldn't it?
Yes, but I don't think we will, because the teams around us aren't good enough.
Because up until today, we've been the only consistent team over the past 3 months.
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
And we've had a blip. If we lose the next one, then you start worrying.
We can't beat the next. We can't lose the next one.
No, we need to bounce back.
We won't lose the next one, because that is an absolute rocket that today. And I'm sure Pep will be going like Pep, like how he says he can be with players. No filter, a bit like myself. I'm told in work, but
I honestly don't think he'll have to do. I think the players will do it to themselves, because they'll look back and think we weren't good enough. We let everybody down.
You'd like to think so. You really would like to think so, but I think Pep does need to rest a few players, in particular Sterling and De Bruyne, and let's just try and get back on track.
Yeah.
I mean, you were completely right, Andy. I think you, in one of our previous Zoom meetings, Sterling is the first guy on his team sheet. Definitely, he always plays. He never gets a rest, and I think that's something that he should, work on. Why not play Ferran Torres? He's also very good.
Yeah,
it's not worrying. It's like, even let's go ahead to the summer transfer window. What's going to come up? I think everyone's saying that Haaland will be joining us. That's not a cert. That's it might be a cert, but we're certainly not privy to that. No. If we don't get somebody like Haaland, we go into next season with Torres, who's not a striker, Gabriel Jesus, he's been asked, if you say to Gabriel Jesus, straight down the middle, I don't want you going left, right, left, just straight down the middle, I think he would score more goals. I think he's being I think he's doing a lot of unselfish work. I think he needs to be a little bit more selfish. So we do need a striker. It's just a crying shame that Aguero is just sat in the stand.
Yeah. But you look at the contrast today from that game to the last one with Riyad Mahrez. The last game, he was by far man of the match. And what happened today, I don't know.
I was singing his praises to I did something with some media stuff with a United fan earlier, and I was singing Riyad Mahrez's praise and stuff like that. And then lo and behold, he has a mare like the rest of them. So I'm not going to praise any more City players. You know,
What I've noticed with our team, we don't get just one player having a mare.
Yeah,
we end up with half the team having a mare.
We're either brilliant or rubbish.
Yeah.
There's no middle. No, there's no middle. There's no middle ground on it, is there?
No.
So we've been a little bit hard on the team, really. You know, are we more frustrated the way they played, or is it because we have to see the rags in work and so on?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
We will bounce back, though.
Of course we will.
It just shows you the standards, what we've set, how high the bar is now, where even one defeat, we're not going overboard, Pep out or Sterling out or whatever like that. It's just...
The thing is, we beat United not long ago in the FA Cup. We absolutely battered in that game. We should have done it today, but we just had an off day. And we had to pick against United to do it.
Bad day at the office. We all have them. Well, I'm told that I have them now and again by my boss. But at the end of the day, I do think there's too much as I love football, there's too much football at the minute. That's not offering an excuse for today, because I mean, for all clubs, they are being asked to play 3 times a week. And
but we're in every competition. That's why.
Even every night there's a Premier League game on. You know, starting at 6 o'clock, 6:15, whatever. We're being exposed to too much football, and the players are human beings at the end of the day. And we looked at today. We just need to regroup. When do we play? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, I think. Yeah.
Wednesday. So the guys have got a little bit of a rest now, and we will come back fighting.
Yeah, of course we will.
We're fighting.
I think Gordon will start on Wednesday.
Yeah. Alex.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Anything else you want to bring to the floor while we're on?
I wanted to ask you guys about Ederson. Do you guys think that he was at fault for those goals, or was it up to our defense to kind of prevent those chances?
It wasn't Ederson's fault for the first one. That was just stupidity by Jesus. He was unlucky not to get the penalty. At 2-0, he did an outstanding save to make it even less embarrassing. No, I thought all in all,
he had a good game, Edison, I think. For the Luke Shaw goal, it was too quick. Came through, I think it's Diaz's legs. I think he got nutmegged straight through his legs, and Edison was just planted. He couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
he nearly saved the penalty. He got a better hand on it, he would have saved it. And it's fine margins.
It's absolutely fine margins. So on Wednesday, Southampton at home. It looks like they'll be without their star man Danny Ings as well. I think he went off injured yesterday.
Right.
He'll be out for a while. So we'll get back on track on Wednesday, guys.
Of course we will.
Anything from you, John?
No, not really. Just basically up the Blues. We'll keep going.
Up the Blues. We go again on Wednesday, and that'll be another victory closer to what should be the Premier League title again.
I think before United play again, I think we play twice. So we could actually be 17 points clear before they play again.
And when they do play and lose against West Ham, we'll still be 17 points ahead of them.
Yeah.
Right, guys, thanks for joining us. See, we started off with a rant, and we've come all the way down. We've plateaued it out to reality, and realism has kicked in. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll do it again really, really soon.
No problem, mate.
See you later, Alex. Bye-bye. So there you go. That's the thoughts of John and Alex from 9320 Group. I think that sums it up for all of us, really. Unless you've got different thoughts. You know, bad day at the office. But we'll go again on Wednesday against Southampton. So until next time, guys, stay safe.